public hearing is now called to order at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 13th of 2021. This hearing is being held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth, an act relative to the protection of the wetlands, as most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this hearing was published in the Advocate on April 8th of this year. It was also posted in the town clerk's office. Persons wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. Before I do that, I need to let you know who is attending the meeting here, because that's what state ethics and open meeting laws require. So I am Robert Rocha. I am the chair of the Acushnet Conservation Commission. Attending, we have fellow commission members Everett Filla, Heidi Pelletier, and Rick Pimentel. They're all voting members from staff from town. We have our agent, Marilee Kelly, and our senior clerk, Joanne DeMello. And then everyone else is here to listen in on hearings. And of course, we have our friend Nick from Acushnet Cable recording the meeting. So first order of business are minutes for approval from the March 23rd, 2021 meeting. I had one little recommendation to Joanne, which I think she's taken care of. It wasn't a change, it was just an expansion of an acronym. So when people read these meeting minutes in the future, if they ever do, they'll know what those three letters stood for. So I will entertain a motion to accept meeting minutes as amended.
So, Bob.
Motion from Everett. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Heidi. And going across my screen, roll call vote also as requested by the state. Everett, how do you vote?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
And Rick?
Yes.
Thank you all. That passes unanimously. Next, meeting mail. Agent Kelly, do we have any meeting mail?
No, sir. No meeting mail this week.
Okay, so, and I'm sure at some point we'll be getting mail regarding mosquito spraying and other things that our various utilities have to attend to. Okay, next we have old business. First is an NOI from PJ Keating Company, 72 South Main Street, file number SE 001-0558. A notice of intent was filed by PJ Keating Company for property located at 72 South Main Street, map 15, lots 15 through 18. The applicant proposes to grade the eastern slopes of the existing silt piles located at the rear of the PJ Keating Quarry property. Applicant is represented by Douglas Vigneault of PJ Keating Company. The plan name is Site Plan of Land at 72 South Main Street in Acushnet, Mass, dated December 21 of 2020. Our office received mail from PJ Keating asking for a continuance. And Marilee, that is for 4 weeks or is it for 2 weeks?
They wish to request a 4-week continuance on the hearing.
That's what I
However,
thought. Yes.
we did hear from the Board of Health, who would rather it be less than 4 weeks. They think 2 weeks is plenty of time. And they're concerned that the silt needs to be removed off-site.
Okay.
So,
All right. So in that case, with the recommendation from Board of Health, I'll accept a motion for a continuance of this item to the next meeting of April 27.
Make a motion for a continuance of this item to April 27th.
Thank you, Rick. Do we have a second? Thank you, Heidi. Okay. As I see you on my screen, Everett, how do you vote?
No.
That's a no. Heidi, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, Rick?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3 yeses to the 27th and 1 no. I'm guessing Everett prefers waiting 4 weeks, or,
Yes, I did.
okay. Well, if we have to continue again, we will. So thank you. Next, NOI from Alan Clapp, Cushing Solar LLC, Cushing Lane, map 7, lot 26, SE 001-0562. Property owner is Raymond White, White's Farm Incorporated. Notice of intent was filed by Alan Clapp, Cushing Solar LLC, for property located on Cushing Lane, map 7, lot 26. The applicant proposes to construct a large-scale solar project, 2.0 megawatt, and a portion of the Cushing Lane field property within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Stephen Joseph of SciTech Incorporated. My name is Cushing Solar LLC, 2 megawatts AC in Acushnet, Massachusetts, dated 2021. Merrily, I believe we have a request for a continuance on this one as well. Is that for 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
2 weeks for this one. They are waiting for the peer review engineer's comment letter for their review
okay.
from the planning board.
So with those comments in mind, entertain a motion for a continuance on this one to the April 27 meeting. So moved from Everett Phillip. Do we have a second?
Second.
From Heidi's hand went up first. She gets the second.
Okay.
Everett, how do you vote?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
That's unanimous. Thank you. And then in similar fashion, NOI Allen Clapp Woodbridge Renewables LLC, 1052 Main Street, file number SE 001-0561. Property owner Nancy Brito Kitchen. A notice of intent was filed by Allen Clapp Woodbridge Renewables LLC for property located on 1052 Main Street, map 7, lot 23. The applicant proposes to construct a large-scale solar project, 1.0 megawatt, located at 1052 Main Street within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Stephen Joseph, SciTech Incorporated. Plan name is Woodbridge Renewables LLC, 1 megawatt AC alternating current array in Acushnet, Massachusetts, dated September 1. And Merrily, we have the similar request for this one, correct?
Same request. Yes, sir.
Okay. Entertain a motion to continue this until April 27th. That's a motion from Heidi. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Rick. Everett, how do you vote?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
That's unanimous. So we have three continuances. I can already tell the April 27 meeting will be a little busier, perhaps. Okay, new business. You have an RDA, Derek Resendes, 67 Nestles Lane. A request for determination was filed by Derek Resendes for property located at 67 Nestles Lane, map 1, lot 14C.1. The applicant proposes to spread and seed loam within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. So, Mr. Resendes, would you like to speak on this project on your behalf? Is there someone else here to speak for you as well, or would you like to start us off? And you're still on mute, so we can't hear you.
Sorry. No, basically, that's pretty much what I'm trying to establish here. Spread loam, between 4 to 6 inches, and just seed it and watch the grass grow.
Okay. And just for the record, you're showing up as Gavin Resendes, but are you in fact Derek?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Agent Kelly, any thoughts on this? Anything we should know? I was not able to be at the site visits on Saturday. Merrily, you're still on mute too.
Oh, sorry. I'd like to see some silt fence go up. Currently there is none, and I think it would make a big difference.
Okay. I'll put some silk fence up before I go ahead and spread any loam, before I do anything else back there.
Anything else, Merrily?
Great. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Mr. Resendes, I will ask that you contact our agent first once the silt fence is in, so she can take a quick ride by and have a look.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else on the commission with questions or comments for Mr. Resendes?
No.
Merrily, I know that Ryan had submitted printed comment, Ryan Resendes, commission member who's added Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissioners workshop. Did he have any comments on this property?
What he said about 67 Nestle's Lane. Based on my observations, I see no problem issuing a negative determination. The only stipulation being a silt fence be installed on the north and west side of the property until the ground has been stabilized and a positive order of conditions issued.
Okay. So let me go back to my agenda here. Whoops. Okay, so I will entertain a motion for a negative determination with the stipulation that Mr. Resendes or somebody on his behalf installs a silt fence along the, I could say, I don't know how much of this is going to be bordering the wetland flag line. So we'll entertain a motion for negative determination with silt fence installed along the edge of the work area, and that Mr. Resendes contact the agent so she can see the silt fence before the work begins. That was like a motion from Everett. Do we have a second?
I just want to make a comment
Please.
on the silt fencing. I think it needs to encompass the entire project from the back of the house, all the way up
Okay.
to Nestle's Lane. There's wet areas on both sides of the property.
Okay, so I'll do the north and west side? North and
Yes.
west, yeah, okay.
Behind the house and up along the stream bed where the chickens are, that side.
Yep,
So,
Okay, I with that condition, I say yes.
okay, so the silt fence will be along the north and the west side of the property, as commented by Mr. Resendes. Could we have our motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
That's from Rick. Any further comments or questions from the commission? And I
No.
should ask, is anybody else on this Zoom meeting pertaining to this property? I should have asked you if you'd like to speak. Okay, guess that's a no. So, Everett, how do you vote?
Yes.
Heidi? That's a yes. Rick?
Yes.
That's unanimous then. Thank you, Mr. Resendes. Please be in touch with our agent once you're ready to start.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. And we will not be insulted if you sign off of the Zoom call.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Okay, so on to discussion and agent updates.
Okay, we have a bunch of updates about potential violations.
Right.
We went out to 10 Hebert Road the other day on the
Mhm.
site visit because we had I had been told that there was new buildings going up along the wetland edge and basically in the buffer zone. But we didn't see anything new. There is a truck body and an old building to house the cows in the buffer zone, but they have been there, I think, for a while. And Mr. Sousa indicated that he is working with an engineer on a plan to redevelop the site. So we're expecting to see that pretty soon.
But was that it for Hebert Road then? In terms of, because I know, if anybody else that was out there on Saturday has any comments or questions about it.
No.
I can read you Ryan's comments.
Please. Yeah, that'd be great.
He says, we did not walk the wetland edge of the entire 30-acre parcel. The area we did inspect had a clear defined edge and I did not observe any violations. I don't have any issues to point out on this property.
Yep.
So, and I tend to agree with him.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good to know.
It looks like basically an abandoned agricultural site, and it's going to be non-agricultural soon.
Okay. But it's not a 61A or a 61B though, not any form of chapter 61, correct?
I don't think so. We talked about senior housing.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Anything else on 10 Hebert then?
No,
Okay, we've talked about 67 Nestles Lane because that was your second site visit. Next site visit on Saturday, which falls into the category of potential violation, was Evergreen Drive. So Marilee, any comments on that?
Evergreen Drive is not in the condition that we left it in. The homeowners have added fill, and the wetland is depleted from what it was. And there's no signs of any life, vernal pool life that you would expect this time of year anymore.
Okay. Did Ryan have any comments?
Oh, yes, Ryan said, I was not on the Conservation Commission when this property appeared in front of the board pre-construction. I asked for the minutes from the previous filing with the commission. The minutes clearly indicated to the homeowner that the resource area at the rear of the property was to be protected and potentially certified. The area is now clearly filled in and has been altered from its original state. Based on the plans, my site observations, and the minutes from previous meetings, this is a clear violation. I would like to see this wildlife habitat repaired and or replicated to its original state. I feel all efforts and resources to correct this issue should be exhausted.
Okay. Rick, Everett, or Heidi? Everett?
I feel basically the same way. I was on the commission the first time we looked at site back in 2018, I think it was.
It was.
And I know you went back after the meeting in May and looked at the vernal pool, and you saw signs of indicators.
Yeah, Heidi and I both went. Yeah.
And it was agreed that they would protect that. And obviously they agreed to not agree because it's definitely being filled in. All the trees that were the little white pines that were growing in the water have all been cut right down to the stump as low as they can go. And there's fill going into the water right now. The end closest to the house is got some kind of fill put into it. I don't know exactly what kind of soil it is. It needs to be corrected or replicated as agreed to.
Heidi or Rick, any other comments?
no, again, I didn't see it in the beginning, I wasn't on the commission at the time. No, nothing at this point.
Mrs. Frandes, it looks like you're on the call. Did you want to comment or question anything? Or are you just going to listen in tonight? If you are commenting, you're on mute. We can't hear you. Heidi, did you want to comment?
I'm gonna listen in to maybe.
Thank you, Mrs. Frandes. Okay. Heidi.
Surprised me when I went back there. I kind of envisioned them making it, a little nice area for. I thought they were going to make it into, a place to be watched and taken care of, and it was just surprising to me because when we left that day, it was definitely brought out that it was a vernal pool, and to be even talking about moving the plants of the house back a little bit because it was too close. but you know, I don't know what to do to make it right either, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna be able to do. That they also mentioned, there's a pipe coming up from the house above. There's a hill and there's a pipe that's draining into that as well. So I don't know if that had something to do with, you know, wildlife in the water as well. But I think they were gonna look into that.
Yeah.
You know, they was gonna do something about that.
Yeah,
too.
and I've talked to the homeowner, and to their engineer in the last 36 hours or so, and I still haven't had a chance to see it. I will get over there as soon as I am able. Schedule hasn't allowed for it yet, but, I don't think we're quite ready to offer any solutions or final comments. Because I would like to have a look first.
Mm.
And I did ask Agent Kelly if she had seen a pipe, any drainage coming from next door, and she thinks she did. So we'll deal with that separately. But because we know you can't add drainage to anyone else's property, you can't add runoff.
Mm.
So, but that's a slightly separate topic.
Yeah.
Heidi.
Oh, it is a beautiful property. They maintain it very well. It's a beautiful new home. You can tell that they care about what, you know, their home, but it's just unfortunate to see, you know, what it was before and what it is now.
Okay. So, Marilee, any final thoughts? Because I have
At this point, I think replication is going to be the only way to make up for it. You know, I don't think there's any way to save what is there now. But you know, I'm not a specialist, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay.
That would work.
All right. Well, so I'll get out there sooner than you know, as
Yeah, I'd like you to see it.
as soon as I
Yeah.
can. I'll make my recommendations. And if I need to call the engineer back, I'll do that as well. So that way we have a solution for the homeowner, for the vernal pool, and you know, so we protect the resource. So any final thoughts on 21 Evergreen Drive? All right.
No.
Marilee, I know we have at least one other violation, correct?
242 Keene Road.
Yeah.
At least that's the number that Ryan gave me. I'm not sure I think that's a house next door. But
Yeah,
this is that lot on Keene Road that's been cleared to the edges.
Right.
And he's closer to the wetland than he thought he was. And so I sent him a letter saying that he needs to file with us. And you know, once he does that, then we can get some silt fence up. He has straw wattles up. The next door neighbor said that they were on his property, but you know, like just over the edge. But at least they're doing the trick at the moment.
Marilee, is this, so you said 242. Oh, all right, never mind. I just realized which property you meant. All right, so you talked to Andy Springer, correct? That's the abutter.
Yeah. Yes, he's the abutter.
So the wetlands are on Springer's property, but the buffer zone is on the property that was cleared.
Yes. There's about 50 feet or so of buffer zone on his
All
property.
right, all right. So that the landowner who cleared that is going to file with us.
I sent him a letter and asked him to.
Right. Well, the homeowner needs to, because if anything else happens on there, then it's a violation, and we'll have to issue an enforcement order.
Yeah, it's not clear that he has a plan already. I
Mhm.
don't think anybody in town has seen a plan with a septic system or where the house is gonna go or anything like that yet.
Which is probably
So
why.
it's possible he's not working with an engineer yet.
Right. Which is probably why this just popped up and nobody knew about it, and
Yeah.
it was getting more play on Facebook than anywhere else. And I haven't
Right.
looked at Facebook, but apparently, we've been getting heat for it. And why are we getting heat for it when we didn't know about it?
Right.
So people, if you see stuff like this, instead of just complaining on Facebook, contact the conservation office. The number is on the internet. That way things get done properly. And you stop griping and we get things done the way they should be. All right, enough of a rant. And then we have Wilfred Lane too, correct?
Wilfred Lane, we didn't visit Saturday. He has until tomorrow to file with us, according to the enforcement order, but we haven't seen any signs of him.
All right, well. All right, so we'll
And
do.
he has added additional fill since he got the enforcement order.
Well, that ain't supposed to happen either.
No.
All right, well, let's put that on the agenda for the next meeting. And there was another violation, I guess, that wasn't part of your visits on Saturday, is that correct?
Oh, we got a call from Ted actually about 100 Middle Road, and he was concerned that the place was being cleared, and probably that the animals were still near the stream. But when I drove by, it looked like the trees were all in place. So I sent him a letter and I said, this is what you cannot do near the wetland or in the wetland. And hopefully that will take care of it.
100 Middle Road, is that Madeira's?
Yes.
Okay, not too far from Dennis Tebb's property.
I don't know where that is.
Ever would know what I'm talking about. But, all right, well, yeah, I haven't, and I drive past that house every day. I haven't seen anything going on there. Okay. Go back to the agenda.
I believe that's it for updates.
Okay. Anybody else with business for the commission? Everett, Heidi, or Rick?
No.
No,
Okay. I have nothing else other than to say the solar focus workshop that I attended via Zoom workshops on Saturday were good. They were well done. And I learned quite a bit.
Good.
It doesn't change anything that's going on in our town at the moment. All right, so I guess the last thing to say that our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, April 27th. Again, starting at 6 p.m. will be held via Zoom. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting.
so moved.
And do we have a second? Second from Heidi, give us a wave, all in favor. See you at the next site visit.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Nick, thank you.